so far.
Terry, is there anything on Pelfrey?
Not till later. The MRI is being read by another doctor, and he has not gotten back to us yet.
Do you have an idea who would take his place?
Well, I mean, we got Chris Swindon lined up for it, so he's the most logical guy right now at the moment. You know, we don't know. You know, again, to announce him today and to have him wake up tomorrow with a stiff neck or something. You know, so believe me, I know you're laughing, but. You've been around this team longer than me, anything can happen on a daily basis. So we'll wait till Friday to see who shows up.
I know you're not a doctor, a trainer, but the fact that Pelfrey was throwing 95 with, not necessarily with, from his description, not pain, some stiffness, I mean, does that allow you to draw some optimism from that?
And I tell you, I'm really cautious right now. You know, when he brought it up the other day during the game that, you know, he thought he might be, gosh, he feels maybe there's some tendonitis in there. Ray red flagged it immediately. Said, hey, why, keep an eye on him. And obviously he pitched great. It feels wonderful again today, but, you know, we'll wait till we get the doctor's readings.
Had you, with any player, you know, over all your years, I guess, ever seen a guy whose elbow felt okay, but there was something really wrong in there? It wasn't affecting him at the time, but he needed some sort of procedure on it?
Not really.
So, I mean, if there was something major, you think that it would be pretty obvious to him, at the very least?
Well, you know, again, you're talking about a big, strong man. You know, I know a lot of guys who pitched with, you know, tears in different places. They weren't big enough to ever need to get them repaired, so they just pitched through it. And, you know, I just hope that, you know, the results come back today. And irregardless, I mean, we're still going to miss him for 2 starts. So I just hope that in between times he can get some work done so he can stay sharp.
Okay. Terry, I understand you're looking for production and you're trying to win games, but is there a grander message, you know, to the team in general when, in the last week, you take out your closer and don't let him finish, and when you take out Ike, even though he's struggling, but, you know, he's still a market player. Is there a grander message just to the team overall that nothing's a given here?
Well, Kevin, ultimately you want that to be known that, you know, it's about the team. It's about, you know, the team as a whole, and not just 1 or 2 guys. But at the same token, you know, they got to believe you believe in them. They got to trust you. They got to trust your judgment. They got to know that, you know, you have their best interest in mind. And so, you know, last night I knew Ike was, you know, he's probably saying he's pitch hitting for me. But I also know from talking to him, you know, he knows he's not swinging good. And the same thing with Frankie the other day. I knew he was upset about coming out of the game, but you know what? There are certain times when I think, on the big scale and the big picture of things, it's about the team. It's about winning this game. It's about winning every game if you can. And I know down the road, Frankie's going to be the closer, as I told him. And down the road, Ike Davis is going to be a huge bat in the middle of our lineup. That's why he's in there again tonight. I mean, I just don't think you can, you know, you can take enough batting practice and it doesn't do you good. You got to get in and face pitching. And so, but I think the message has been sent that look, it's about the team as a whole.
Terry, with Torres scheduled to be back in a few days, will you talk to Neuenhuis about playing left field? And also, given what's happened with your outfield here, how big has his emergence been over these few weeks?
Well, everybody in this game has gotten a chance someplace. Everybody at the major league level has gotten a chance. Obviously, they've earned the right for the opportunity. Now, when they get that opportunity, what are they going to do with it? And Kirk Neuenhuis has shown that he is going to run with it. So, obviously, when Andres is back, I'll talk to Kirk about he's going to have to be moving over the corners. Plus, I'm sure we're going to be in a situation where we've got to, you know, keep our eye on Andres. This is two calf strains in a month, so we're going to keep our eye on it closely, and Kirk's going to have to play some center also.
Terry, can you talk about the kind of forgotten bullpen for a minute? John Roush has been obviously unbelievable, and Parnell keeps doing what you want to do. We don't get a chance to ask you much about that, but can you tell us what that means to this team?
Well, you know, this game has revolved into the guys in that bullpen doing a job for any team that's going to have success. There are roles set up in our game today where guys are put in positions where they've got to come in and get you to the next frame, the next inning, the next pitcher, whatever it may be. Our guys have done a good job. Okay, we had a couple of blips. We had one in Atlanta. It's going to happen throughout the long season, but for the most part, our bullpen has come in, attacked hitters, gone after them, thrown strikes. We haven't walked guys to get ourselves in trouble. They've been very, very impressive, and John Roush is leading the way.
Derek, just following up what you were talking about with Kirk a minute ago, so is it possible he could remain a full-time player between left and center, the way you kind of just described it now?
Well, you know, you got a guy that's hitting 350. You know, I think you got to figure out some way, Mike, to keep him in the lineup as best you can. You know, when Ike starts swinging the bat like he's capable of, and you know, we get Jason back, you know, we'll have some decisions to make. But right now, I want that offense in that lineup.
Terry, I know you've been committed to letting Duda grow as a right fielder, but at least in the interim with Bay down, is it conceivable that he could slide over to left and Nieuwenhuis go to right?
You know, it is, Holly. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, because that's, but again, in 2 weeks, you know, you got to flip it back to right field again. And I just, you know, the veteran guys like Murph last night, I had no problem putting Daniel Murphy at first base because he's played there. You know, we're trying to get Lucas to feel really comfortable in right field, and I don't feel comfortable taking a guy and bouncing him to left. You know, and oh my gosh, yeah, you know what? We'll go play some first, and tomorrow we'll, you know, play right, and then go back to first, and then go back to left. I mean, he's got enough on his plate now trying to, you know, do the things offensively we want him to do it, plus learn right field at the same time. I just don't feel like I should bounce him around.
Terry, Ike in the 7th hole tonight, is that just a question of trying to jumpstart him a little bit?
Yeah, get him to relax, and the fact that right now left-handers hitting about $150 against Burley. So, in the past, you know, it's been a pretty even split, but this year he's been pretty successful. So,
hey Terry, the shortstop is usually a pretty stud guy on a team, a leader. How is Tejada doing in that regard?
well, you're not going to find a lot of young guys stand up and take a leadership role on a team that's got quality veterans like we have. But he's been great. I mean, he's a very personable guy. He's very outgoing. He speaks his mind. He's doing fine. He's doing great. He really is. And the guys have fun with him. But, you know, they laugh and joke, and he has stuff to say. But, you know, he keeps himself for the most part. So I just wanted to understand that, you know, his job is to go do his job and play defense, and we'll take the leadership stuff and we'll let somebody else handle it right now.